All right, before we get going here, we got a great opportunity for our young men to get an opportunity to hear somebody speak their story, and hopefully, you know, what we're trying to do is build young men for the future. So we got Marques Ogden here, right? He's from Washington, D.C., played at St. John's High School, right? He went to Howard University. He played in the NFL for 5 years. We shared a story, unfortunately. He has an older brother, Jonathan Ogden. He'll talk about that a little bit, right? But the big thing about it is just sharing his story, giving you guys the opportunity to learn from him, and hopefully you take one or two things away. So let's give a big round of applause for Marques Ogden.
Good evening. How you guys doing? My name is Marques Ogden. I'm going to talk to you about the mental toughness that a champion mindset has to have. But first things first, I'm going to tell you, being in my household where my brother, who was 6'9" in the 8th grade, everything he did football-wise, he got without having to really work as hard as most people do. Most people aren't 6'9" in the 8th grade, 350 pounds, that can move. My story was I got absolutely no Division I scholarship offers. Not one. I actually only got one offer to play football, 1AA to Howard University, at the very end of the recruiting process. Now, another guy that displays mental toughness that you all are going to know, who was my teammate, was Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was deemed a horrible draft pick by everyone when he came to Baltimore. They said he was too small. They said he didn't have sideline-to-sideline speed. They said he didn't have heart. Can you imagine that? Ray Lewis not having heart. But here's the thing. Ray Lewis had mental toughness like you've never seen before. Young athletes, men and women, everybody in the room, you are going to face adversity in life. I don't care what you do. Everything you do in life is going to be challenging. If you want to play football in college, it's challenging. You want to play football in the NFL, it's even more challenging. You want to be a successful individual outside of sports, it's challenging. But here's the thing. You cannot make excuses just because you don't have everything that you think you need to have. Mental toughness is the cornerstone and mindset of every successful person. People like Damon John, LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, it doesn't matter. I have met some incredible people in my life from the NFL and from being a speaker. I'm going to tell you exactly why those people are successful near the end of my talk. But I'm going to tell you my personal story, okay? Now, you think mental toughness applies just in sports? Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago, I was almost homeless. I'm talking about I was 1 week away from living on the streets because I made a really bad decision after the NFL with a business in downtown Baltimore that I started and owned, and I ended up losing everything I owned in less than 90 days. Gone. My NFL money, my savings, all gone. But again, my brother and I were raised by a single father. Our mother left us on Christmas morning, told my father I had to go find myself. Left 2 boys, one 14 and one 8, with their dad. She went to go live her life. My brother and I were raised in a household where we respected ourselves, respected women, and we got an education. Football was always second to our father. If the grades weren't there, football was not going to be played. That simple. That's how he was, because he knew that football was not going to be forever. No matter how good you are, Tom Brady is going to be playing for now. This is his 20th year this year, 20 years in the NFL. But he's about to be, at some point, an ex-athlete. No matter what he does, he cannot play forever. Football is not forever. Being a business owner, being successful, that could last you a lifetime. So I went to Howard University, studied finance. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not want to play in the National Football League. That was not my idea. I got one offer to college. So why would I think going to Howard University with only one offer, football is going to be my calling for a profession? Didn't think about it. After my junior year, 30 NFL teams came to watch me at Howard, and I had no idea I could be drafted. So what did I do? I decided for the entire year to give my all, mentally prepare and being tough to face whatever I face. I had injuries. I tore my shoulder. I had to have back surgery. I had all these things happen to me. I had to play center the last 6 games of my senior year when I was a tackle my whole career. My whole career. Had to play Florida A&M in 100-degree weather. Ball kept slipping out of my hands. I had 5 fumbles in the first half of my first game of center. Had to figure it out. Got a towel, dried it off, we won the game. I ended up getting drafted as one of the first athletes ever from my college to be drafted. Playing in the National Football League. I was drafted by Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio said, hey guys, this is my first year as an NFL head coach, and I'm gonna tell you what I want more than anything else. I want my guys to have high character and high standards in the community. That's what I want. I don't care if we win all the games or lose all the games. I'm not here for that this year. I'm here to clean the image up and give this community athletes that actually give a damn about the community outside of football. We had one draft pick that decided to test Jack Del Rio and acted a fool. Came in that next Monday, his locker was cleaned out, he was cut, and he was gone from the NFL. So if you think that your character and the way you respond to people and you talk to people is not being watched, you're wrong. They watch everything you guys. I'm staying at the Hyatt right now, at the Hyatt Hotel right here. The Ravens have a guy in the lobby that is watching what the guys that are rookies are doing in the hotel. That guy is sitting downstairs on his laptop working, and he's actually watching those rookies. I saw about 5 or 6 of them, watching their character, how they talk to the people behind the counter, how they interact with people that are people that aren't athletes. They are watching everything that those young players are doing. You know what they're looking for? Who is doing things right when no one is really watching them? That's character. And that's what the NFL wants. My first practice, guys, we talk about mental toughness. My first practice, I got beat for 6 sacks in my first NFL practice with pads on. 6. Where my offensive lineman at? Where my D lineman at? Y'all imagine beating a tackle for 6 sacks in one practice. That was me. You know what Del Rio told me? You got 2 choices, Marcus. You can either ship up, get yourself together, play football tomorrow, or you can cry about it, show no toughness, and we're gonna cut your ass tomorrow. That's what he told me. Either you shape up and play football and be tough, or you're gonna get cut. That is the same thing that happens to you in life off the field. Same thing. If you guys make a mistake in life, do you make a mistake and own it? Or do you blame somebody? Do you actually take accountability, or do you shift the blame? It's real easy to shift blame, guys. Real easy. Oh, it was their fault. I got beat for a sack. Oh, my guard didn't help me. Oh, touchdown, the corner got burnt. Safety should have been there. Everybody can make an excuse. The real champions take responsibility, accountability, and they own their life. So after my NFL career, by the way, I shaped up the next practice, kicked the guy's butt who kicked my butt. I had a 5-year NFL career. The average NFL career is 1.2 years. That's all it is, 1.2 years. They do not want you to become vested. Because once you're vested, they have to keep paying you money after you retire. They have to keep giving you your insurance. They have to give you your severance. They have to give you what you've amassed. So they're going to make it real hard, guys, to stay in the NFL. All you guys see Brady, Manning, you see all that, but you don't see the guys that were cut after a week or cut after training camp. You don't see that. No one talks about it, but it's real. So the average NFL lifespan or career is 1.2 years. So this is why education and mental toughness off the field is more important than on the field. So after my NFL career, I started a business in downtown Baltimore, made a really bad mistake. I had to spend almost $3 million of my money in 90 days. $3 million in 90 days. And you know what I did, guys, that you should never do in life? I took a business decision and I made it personal. I trusted someone I shouldn't have trusted because they took care of me on another job. I shook their hand, and when it came time to pay me, they screwed me. And I said, you know what? Okay. So I had to file a bankruptcy. My house, gone. Both my cars, gone. My friends, gone. My family, gone. Everything you can think of, gone in 90 days. I was literally at the point of looking to go into homeless shelters in 2013 of April. I had made a decision that I was going to have to do that because I wasn't going to have enough money. The NFL stepped in to help me get my life together. They said, Marques, you have mental toughness, you just made a mistake. So we're going to give you a second chance to get your life together. You don't get a third. You don't get a third. You get a second chance. That's it. You got 4 months of your bills paid by our bank account. What are you going to do? Are you actually going to work for 4 months, or are you just going to sit there and party and do dumb stuff? I got my life together, guys. Guys, I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict, painkillers. I was everything you could think of bad. My health was gone. I literally was addicted to everything bad you can think of, liquor, beer, you name it. Once I stopped feeling sorry for myself, once I had decided, you know what? I have screwed my life up enough. I have tried to end my life more than one time. Guys, I tried to end my life twice. Alcohol, pain medicine. And you know what? I'm still here. And I'm here, right here on these stages like this, talking to people so you don't make the same mistake I did. And I'm going to give you 5 things to do in life so you don't end up like I did. I got my life together. Now I'm a national keynote speaker. Companies like the Home Depot hire me. PNC Bank hires me. The National Football League hires me to come and talk to their people about either leadership, life, perseverance, you name it. But you know what? I've lived that life. So all of you in this room who want to be great, you can have it. But here's my question. Are you mentally tough to go and get it? Are you mentally tough to go and get what you want? If you think society's going to actually hand you something, you've lost your mind. Society's not going to hand you a damn thing. If you want it, you have to take it. Look at your parents. Look at your parents. Look at them if they're in the room, and they'll tell you, what if they sacrificed so you could be sitting in this seat? Huh? What have they given up? How much? How much money? How much time? How much have you made them upset? How much have you annoyed them? How much? And you know what, guys? These are the type of parents that are going to make sure you have it all. These parents are just like my father was. My father died a poor man to make sure his 2 boys had more than he did. When he was on his deathbed at 57, he said, Marcus, I can go a happy man because the 2 of you have more than I ever had. I gave it all for you boys. And say, you know what? I would do it again twice on Sunday. So when he died, I realized that that's an angel on my shoulder now. So when I've had hard times, I look on my shoulder, he's like, you better keep going. You better keep going. I gave it all for you and your brother. If you ask my brother, who was the first Ravens pick of all time, youngest Hall of Famer of all time, he'll tell you our father was our champion. Just like these people in the room can be your champion. Guys, outside that door, that real world is a real monster. It's a real monster. You know why? Because they don't care what happens to you. If you end up dying on the side of the road, their life will go on. But if something happens to people in this room, would be heartbroken forever. So understand this. You all have a real chance to do something great. But again, your parents can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. Can't. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, not theirs. So, here are the 5 things you need to do as young people to help you stay on track. Number 1, be an effective leader. Be a leader, not a follower. Who's ever heard of Bill Gates? Who's ever heard of Steve Jobs? All of those people, Warren Buffett, they were all called weird because they did things different. They were leaders. They were innovators. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. Bill Gates, Microsoft, I say no more. The point is, if you want to be great in life, you have to set the tone. You can't follow someone else's lead and be great. You can't do it. Because all you're doing is making that person that you're following great, not yourself. So number 1, be an effective leader. Number 2, inspire change. Learn to embrace change as your life changes. As you get older, go from a sophomore to a junior, you get more responsibility. These coaches up here are going to expect more of you. Embrace it. When you become an adult and have your own family, you have more responsibility. Embrace change. Don't run from it. Okay? 3rd, growth and development. Who here has a social media? Raise your hands. Young people, raise your hands. You have social media? If I was to go look at your social media, would you tell me everything on there is appropriate? Yes. All right. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, especially young men, players are losing scholarships to running inappropriate social medias. Coaches don't want to see, I was at the club, I had a beer, I was with this girl. They don't want to see any of that. You know why? Because in today's world, people want people who respect other people. I know people who've lost scholarships who then ended up having to take jobs they didn't want and then turn to crime. So I'm telling you, your social media is an extension of you. Run it properly. The 4th one is accountability. Take ownership of the actions you do in your own life. If you did something, right, wrong, or indifferent, own it. If you made a mistake, fix it, move on. And the last one is consistently manage your time. You have a lot of things to do as an athlete. Schoolwork, responsibilities, practice, lifting. I was talking to Coach about this. As you become more older and more seasoned and do things more, If you don't learn how to manage your time effectively, you will not be an effective, efficient person. It's just not possible. So if you don't know how to get to practice on time or early and stay late, get your homework done, take care of all your responsibilities and manage your time, you will not achieve what you want in life. So the 5 things is be an effective leader, make sure you know how to inspire change, growth and development, consistently manage your time, and accountability. I'm gonna leave you with this, and I'm done for that. If you wanna talk to me afterwards, I will be here. If you want to be the best in life, you have got to earn your spot every single day. Not every other day, not every once in a while, every single day. As a guy who was almost homeless 5.5 years ago, that I lost so many friends, I lost so much of everything in my life, I can tell you right here, I would not be up here today talking to you if I quit or didn't do things every single day. So that's in football, that's in life, and that's in everything you do. Thank you.